Ever wondered why some men command respect without saying a single word? In a world drowning in noise, there exists a rare breed of men who've mastered the art of silent power, the Sigma males. Welcome to the official Sigma Male channel, where we're about to shatter everything you thought you knew about male social dynamics. Imagine walking into a room and instantly feeling the gravitational pull of a man who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. No loud boasts, no desperate attempts to impress, just pure, unadulterated confidence that speaks volumes without uttering a single syllable. This isn't just another motivational speech. This is a complete psychological blueprint that will transform how you understand human interaction, social hierarchy, and personal power. Most men are trapped in a cycle of constant validation, desperately seeking approval from others. But Sigma males, they operate on an entirely different frequency. They've cracked the code to true psychological dominance, and today, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal their most closely guarded secrets. 1. Non-verbal dominance. The Sigma male's power radiates from an unspoken energy that commands respect without uttering a single word. His presence alone speaks volumes about his inner strength and confidence. Body language becomes his primary communication tool, silently broadcasting authority and self-assurance. The subtle nuances of his movements tell a story of quiet dominance that words could never capture. His intense gaze penetrates social dynamics, creating an invisible barrier that others instinctively recognize and respect. Eye contact for a Sigma male isn't just a gesture, it's a strategic communication method that establishes immediate hierarchy. The way he carries himself, shoulders back, posture aligned, communicates more than verbose explanations ever could. This non-verbal communication is an art form he has mastered effortlessly. Practical examples reveal how Sigma males leverage silent intimidation in real-world scenarios. In professional settings, a Sigma might sit quietly in a meeting, making strategic observations, while others compete for attention. During social interactions, his calm demeanor and selective engagement create an aura of mystery and power. By choosing when and how to interact, he maintains control without aggressive confrontation. The psychological impact of a Sigma male's silent presence is profound and multifaceted. He understands that true power doesn't require constant validation or verbal explanation. His confidence stems from internal certainty rather than external approval. This self-assuredness naturally creates a magnetic field of respect that draws people towards him while simultaneously maintaining a respectful distance. 2. The psychological mechanics of silent intimidation. The Sigma male's intimidation strategy operates on deep psychological principles that transcend traditional communication methods. His understanding of human behavior allows him to manipulate social dynamics without verbal intervention. Subtle cues and calculated movements become his primary tools of influence. The subconscious mind of others instinctively reads and responds to his unspoken signals. Emotional intelligence plays a critical role in his silent intimidation technique, enabling him to read and control environmental energy. He can detect subtle shifts in group dynamics with remarkable precision, positioning himself strategically without drawing unnecessary attention. His awareness becomes a weapon more powerful than words, allowing him to navigate social landscapes with surgical accuracy. The Sigma male transforms silence into a powerful communication instrument. Practical applications of this skill manifest in various scenarios, demonstrating its effectiveness. In professional environments, he might remain calm during high-pressure negotiations, causing opponents to feel psychologically destabilized. During social interactions, his selective engagement creates an aura of unpredictability that keeps others slightly off balance. By mastering the art of strategic silence, he maintains complete control of interpersonal interactions. Neurological research suggests that non-verbal communication triggers deeper psychological responses than verbal exchanges. The Sigma male intuitively understands this principle, using body language and energy as his primary communication method. His ability to project confidence without speaking becomes a sophisticated form of social manipulation. This approach allows him to maintain emotional distance while commanding respect. 3. The silent confidence of Sigma. Male body language posture becomes the Sigma male's most eloquent language, communicating volumes without a single spoken word. His physical presence radiates an unmistakable sense of self-assurance that naturally commands respect from those around him. Every movement is calculated, deliberate, and infused with an underlying current of quiet strength. The way he occupies space tells a story of internal power and unshakable confidence. Micro-expressions play a crucial role in his silent communication strategy, revealing depths of emotional intelligence that verbal communication cannot capture. A raised eyebrow, a subtle smirk, or a calculated pause become powerful tools of psychological engagement. These nuanced signals demonstrate his ability to read and manipulate social dynamics with surgical precision. His facial expressions become a complex language of their own. Practical examples highlight the Sigma male's mastery of non-verbal communication in real-world scenarios. During high-stakes business meetings, he might lean back slightly, creating a sense of calm detachment that unnerves competitors. In social settings, his selective eye contact and measured movements create an aura of mystery and intrigue. By controlling his physical responses, he maintains complete psychological advantage in any interaction. The evolutionary psychology behind his silent intimidation reveals a sophisticated survival mechanism. He understands that true power lies in controlled restraint rather than aggressive displays. His body language communicates a deep sense of self-sufficiency that naturally repels unnecessary confrontations. The Sigma male becomes a living embodiment of the principle that confidence speaks louder than words. 4. The strategic silence of emotional mastery. Emotional intelligence represents the Sigma male's most potent weapon in silent communication, transcending traditional interpersonal interactions. He possesses an extraordinary ability to regulate his internal emotional landscape, creating an impenetrable psychological fortress. This self-control becomes a form of silent power that intimidates without direct confrontation. His emotional stability acts as a magnetic field of respect and intrigue. The neurological mechanisms behind his emotional mastery reveal a sophisticated approach to social dynamics. He can process complex emotional information without external manifestation, maintaining a calm exterior that mystifies those around him. His internal emotional regulation becomes a strategic tool, allowing him to remain several steps ahead in any social or professional scenario. Silence transforms into his most powerful form of communication. Practical applications demonstrate the Sigma male's emotional intelligence in action. During challenging negotiations, he might remain completely composed while others become visibly stressed. In personal relationships, his ability to maintain emotional distance creates an aura of unpredictability and strength. By controlling his emotional responses, he creates a psychological advantage that words could never achieve. The Sigma male's emotional mastery extends beyond simple self-control, representing a profound understanding of human psychological mechanisms. He recognizes that true power lies in the ability to remain unreadable and emotionally consistent. His silent approach becomes a form of psychological martial art, where restraint and calculation trump emotional reactivity. Every moment of silence becomes a strategic move in his social chess game. 5. The psychological warfare of silent observation. The Sigma male's observational skills transform into a sophisticated weapon of psychological intimidation, far beyond typical social interactions. He becomes a master of reading environmental cues, processing information with remarkable precision and depth. Every interaction becomes an opportunity for strategic intelligence gathering. His silent approach allows him to collect insights that others miss completely. Cognitive processing plays a critical role in his observational strategy, enabling him to decode complex social dynamics with minimal effort. He can extract nuanced information from the subtlest of interactions, creating a comprehensive understanding of group dynamics. His ability to remain detached while simultaneously gathering intelligence becomes his most powerful psychological tool. Silence becomes his primary method of reconnaissance. Practical examples illustrate the Sigma male's observational prowess in real-world scenarios. In professional environments, he might sit quietly during meetings, absorbing critical information while others compete for attention. Social gatherings become opportunities to understand group dynamics without direct engagement. By maintaining strategic distance, he gains comprehensive insights that provide him with significant psychological advantages. The evolutionary advantage of his observational skills reveals a sophisticated survival mechanism deeply rooted in human psychology. He understands that true power comes from understanding rather than dominating. His silent observation allows him to navigate complex social landscapes with minimal resistance. The Sigma male becomes a living embodiment of the principle that knowledge, when strategically applied, is the ultimate form of power. 6. The invisible social architecture of Sigma male influence. Social dynamics become a complex chessboard where the Sigma male operates with surgical precision and strategic brilliance. He understands that true influence doesn't require constant verbal validation or aggressive positioning. His ability to navigate social structures without direct confrontation becomes his most sophisticated weapon. Every interaction is carefully calculated to maintain maximum psychological advantage. The intricate mechanisms of social hierarchy respond instinctively to his subtle presence, creating an invisible field of respect and intrigue. He doesn't seek to dominate through traditional leadership methods, but instead creates gravitational pull through strategic detachment. His approach challenges conventional social interaction models, demonstrating that power can be achieved through calculated restraint. Silence becomes his most potent communication tool. Practical applications reveal the Sigma male's mastery in manipulating social environments without explicit intervention. In professional settings, he might influence decision-making processes by strategically positioning himself and offering minimal but precise input. Social gatherings become opportunities to reshape group dynamics through subtle energy manipulation. His ability to create psychological ripple effects without direct engagement sets him apart from traditional social actors. The Sigma male's understanding of social architecture transcends typical interpersonal dynamics, representing a sophisticated approach to human interaction. He recognizes that true influence comes from understanding underlying psychological mechanisms rather than surface-level engagement. His strategic positioning allows him to move through social landscapes with minimal resistance, creating opportunities where others see obstacles. Every moment of silence becomes a calculated move in his complex social strategy. 7. The neurological foundations of silent dominance. Neurological research reveals the Sigma male's extraordinary capacity to process social information at a fundamentally different level than traditional social archetypes. His brain's neural pathways operate with heightened efficiency, allowing for rapid psychological assessment and strategic response. Every interaction becomes an opportunity for advanced cognitive processing. The complexity of his internal world far surpasses external expectations. Cognitive flexibility emerges as his primary psychological advantage, enabling him to adapt to complex social scenarios with minimal external effort. He can simultaneously analyze multiple layers of social interaction, understanding unspoken dynamics that others completely miss. His neural architecture allows for rapid pattern recognition and strategic decision-making. Silence becomes a sophisticated computational process rather than a passive state. Practical examples demonstrate how his neurological advantages manifest in real-world scenarios. During high-stress negotiations, he might remain calm while simultaneously processing multiple strategic options. In social environments, his ability to read subtle emotional cues allows him to navigate complex interactions with remarkable precision. By maintaining cognitive distance, he creates psychological space that others find both intriguing and slightly intimidating. The evolutionary significance of his neurological approach reveals a profound adaptation to complex social environments. He understands that survival and success depend on strategic information processing rather than aggressive confrontation. His brain becomes a sophisticated survival mechanism, constantly analyzing and adapting to environmental challenges. The Sigma male transforms neural processing into a form of silent, psychological warfare. 8. The quantum mechanics of Sigma male energy projection. Quantum-level understanding of personal energy becomes the Sigma male's most sophisticated communication mechanism, transcending traditional interpersonal interaction models. He operates on a frequency that most individuals cannot comprehend or replicate. His energetic presence creates invisible waves of influence that permeate social environments. Every moment becomes a strategic transmission of psychological information. The metaphysical dimensions of his energy projection reveal a complex system of non-verbal communication that operates beyond conventional understanding. He can modify environmental dynamics through pure intentionality, creating shifts in group consciousness without explicit intervention. His internal state becomes a powerful transmission device that recalibrates surrounding psychological landscapes. Silence transforms into a vibrational language of profound depth. Practical applications demonstrate the Sigma male's extraordinary ability to manipulate social environments through pure, energetic presence. In professional settings, he might enter a room and immediately alter its psychological temperature without speaking a word. Social interactions become opportunities to demonstrate the profound power of controlled, intentional energy. By mastering his internal state, he creates ripple effects that reshape collective consciousness. The ultimate expression of Sigma male power lies in his ability to transcend traditional social limitations through pure energetic mastery. He recognizes that true influence originates from internal alignment rather than external manipulation. His approach represents a quantum leap in understanding human interaction, where consciousness itself becomes the primary communication mechanism. Every moment of silence becomes a portal to profound psychological transformation. Are you ready to transform your life from ordinary to extraordinary? The Sigma male path isn't just a strategy, it's a complete psychological revolution. Everything you've learned today represents the first step towards becoming a master of your own destiny, someone who commands respect without desperately seeking it. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. So I challenge you, which of these Sigma male principles will you implement first? Will you master your body language, develop your emotional intelligence, learn to communicate through silence? The power is now in your hands. Subscribe to the official Sigma Male channel and activate notifications, because this journey is just beginning, and we're about to dive deeper into the most powerful psychological strategies that will transform your life from the inside out.